We just needed a little bit of a breather.
A breather? I should not be breathing on anyone, near anyone, on anything, ever again.
Oh,
The crazy
Lord.
part about it
Yeah.
is Shalom doesn't even feel bad. Justin's like, don't say anything to her, don't say anything to her. And I'm like, I'm not gonna, but I want to. Like, really, girl? Really, girl? You just gonna bring COVID in the house?
Why didn't he want you to say anything?
He's like, how are you gonna make a kid feel bad? Like, she can't help it. And the thing is, I have had a COVID-free household for 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years. And Christmas Day, I don't feel good. Excuse me? I don't feel good. What? I don't really feel that good. What? Checked her temperature. It was 101.
Oh.
We had some Binax tests, and I said, you know what? Let's test her. Girl, that pink line came so quick. And my world fell apart. My world fell apart. Okay?
Like, what was your first, like, as soon as you saw that line come up, what did you think?
You know that Jack Nicholson gif?
Yeah.
Where he's storming down the hallway and just fucking wrecking shit? I could not believe. And Justin was just like real calm. He didn't say shit to her. You know, she's just sitting there all unmasked at my kitchen counter. And I was like, okay, why don't you go to your room and stay in there forever? I was really upset. I had to compose myself because you can't be yelling at a child.
Right. Well, it's not like she actively, sought it out. So then what does
how
that
do we know? How do
conversation
we
look
know? How do we know? How do we know? No one told you to walk to Dunkin' Donuts with your friends. Who told you to do that? And she has great mask compliance. I've seen her because I've crept up on her before. When I've said I'm going to pick her up, I don't say exactly where I'm at. She don't be checking her Life 360, and I be creeping. And I like to see from afar. What's the mask compliance looking like? How you looking? Who's standing next to you? What y'all talking about? I FaceTime her often and say, show me, flip the camera. She has the mask on outside. Like, I have been very particular about that. And she has had great compliance. So it had to have been that our last day at school was December 22nd. She had to have been exposed that day because that motherfucker incubated for exactly 3 days, and then that shit said Merry Christmas. And I was like, Happy Holidays to you, COVID. I'm a Jew. I could not. I'm genuinely still very upset about it because I knew it was only a matter of time because they said the Omicron's different.
Right.
The Omicron is if you think bitch, if you say Omicron 3 times.
It's like Candyman. Omicron doesn't give a shit about your protocols or your booster or your vaccination.
No, or how hard you've tried or how judgmental you've been. It was I'm genuinely upset. Really upset. So Justin's like, don't say anything, you're gonna make her feel bad. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And he's like, yeah, she's just a kid, man. Come on, it was bound to happen. Look on the bright side. At least we're gonna have immunity. Are we though? Are we though? Because I've seen the TikToks. And the TikToks say natural immunity ain't the same as the booster.
But he's doing that dad thing. Chris has the same kind of thing kick in, when when he can tell that I'm on the brink of like raging out over something, he does the same thing. It's good. It's good that you have each other because it's a nice little balance.
Is it good that we have each other? I want you to shut the fuck up, okay? Because the next person that came down with COVID was his coughing ass. Okay? And if he didn't leave here, I wouldn't have the shit because he coughed directly in my motherfucking mouth. So, how good is it that he lives here? I'm coughing on the mic right now. People listening to this podcast are going to get COVID, okay? Because I'm coughing directly into the airwaves, okay? Look, so she came down with a positive 12/29. I immediately tested myself. I tested negative. We tested everybody in the house that same day.
So Christmas Day were her first symptoms, but she didn't have a positive test until the 29th?
No. She had a positive test on Christmas Day, and that was her first symptoms.
Okay.
We tested everybody that same day. Everybody tested negative except her. We quarantined her ass. We took turns delivering her food. I mean, it was a hazmat suit. I cleaned her bathroom. I did everything I could to take care of her, without looking at her. She had to put a mask on when I entered the room. We brought her food, whatever. Like, I just couldn't even.
You were trying to do what you could to see if you could mitigate, nobody else getting it. Absolutely.
The little girls weren't even allowed to look in that hallway. There was just no, don't go near there. Yeah. So we're living our life regular, right? Justin's like, on the 29th. I was like, He's like, yo, I think we should test again. I was like, bitch, don't do that. Don't do that. He's like, nah, for real. Like, I'm feeling like, I don't know, this isn't good. I was like, okay. So now he tests positive. And I'm like, okay, see, bitch. And we were still using the same bathroom at that time. And at this point, it's just like, okay, in my mind, I'm like, it's inevitable. We're all living here, sharing the same space. What are we going to do? Leave the windows open in the dead of winter? Like, what the fuck?
You like put them into their own wing with like the ET plastic and they're cordoned off all by themselves.
They were. Shalom's on one. She literally has her own room and that room opens up to a catwalk. That catwalk opens and lets fresh air inside. I had that motherfucker open. Then Justin was in the master bedroom and that opens to the backyard so that air could come through there. Me and the little girls, we had full range of the kitchen and the living room and we just, stayed together. Mm-hmm. I was giving Justin his coffee and his whatever and wearing masks. The little girls were in masks. I'm talking about KN95. We're in here in real masks.
Oh.
Then New Year's Eve comes and Maja is in tears. Maja's in tears. She's so upset. And she's like, this is like the worst. My birthday always gets ruined because it's a holiday anyway, but now Shalom has COVID. I mean, I didn't bring COVID here. I was like, you didn't. You didn't. And you know why? That's because you wear your mask properly. I never see you take your mask off. In fact, every time after school you come inside and you wash your hands and you sit down to do your homework, I check your mask and your mask has crumbs in it. That's how I know that you don't fucking play that shit, Maja. I'm very proud of you. Shalom did this to us.
Oh no.
So Shira was like, yeah, I didn't do it either. And I was like, you don't even know how to wipe your ass and you didn't bring it in here. So I'm really proud of you too.
Oh.
Shira tested negative even though the day after Christmas she was puking and I know that that's a symptom. So, we knew she had to have it because, I'm rubbing her back and I'm wiping her butt and I'm still taking care of her. And she's in my face directly. So, it was a matter of time. It was only a matter of time. What am I going to do? Put the kids in a fucking orphanage for a week,
I mean.
I thought about it.
Set them up with a tent in the backyard. Let them fend for themselves.
Listen, we have that bouncy house. Put a blanket in that bitch. I was
100%.
so upset. So... We test Justin December 29th. This motherfucker is hacking, coughing. And I was like, see, I motherfucking told you. All in the air vents and shit. Walking around. I'm just going to boil myself an egg. Don't touch anything! So now he tests positive.
Oh.
And, you know, he's still trying to be positive. He's on the phone. He's talking to people on the phone, you know, and so Shalom got
Total
it.
denial.
Shalom got it. Man, should I let you go? No, it's fine. I'm like, why are you still trying to talk on the phone? You sound ridiculous. Stop talking. Like, everything he did was getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
Every sound he made.
Well, because now he's sick and now you don't have backup to help you with what you need to do. And he's a sick man. So you know that whatever he was feeling is going to be multiplied by at least 100, worse than what it actually is.
And that when it's my turn, if
right.
both of us are down,
you're still going to have to do all your same shit.
Oh. But also, you motherfuckers, I fucking told y'all. COVID is not allowed in my household. I don't know which part y'all didn't hear. Who have y'all been with this entire time? So I'm now double upset. Because Shalom was real lax about it. She's like, hey, Mom. What? I wouldn't even want to look my direction. Why are you talking to me? How are you feeling, Shalom? Really good. I felt better after like 2 days. Okay, great. Mm-hmm. Because now it's going through our household. So I test again negative on the 29th.
Yeah.
Test Maja, test Shira, negative. So I'm like, girls, we got this. We three are high-fiving. We're like, I don't know what's wrong with them. Shira's like, they got everybody sick, but not us, because we've been eating healthy and we've been drinking water. I was like, yep, and eating fresh fruits and minding our business. Yep, that's how you don't get COVID. So, like, we're three congratulating ourselves. Maja can't believe. She's like, I mean, at least I didn't get COVID and ruin people's holiday. I was like, I mean, that's all you could do. So now,
I love them.
12:30, I have a sharp shooting pain in my neck, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a little bit of fucking encephalitis, something crazy. Definitely I'm dying. I thought I definitely had fucking whatever the fuck that shit is. That makes your head explode.
Meningitis.
Yes. Spinal meningitis. Encephalitis. Whatever the fuck it is that gives babies when they have Zika.
Yes.
That makes their head fucking giant.
Yeah, not possible, but okay.
I had that because my neck hurt really bad. And I was like, this can't be it. This can't be it. And I was just in denial, you know. My allergies felt a little weird. I was like, okay, hold on. Hold on a second. Let's calm down here. Because every day I had been like, okay, you know, I could really fight this. Maybe I have O blood.
Uh-huh.
Maybe because I've tried so hard and am actually a chosen person in this society that I'm not going to get this shit. Because
this simulation denoted you as the one survivor.
Yes, because I am the only person that gave a shit. I'm the only person that cared. I'm the only person that deserves to not get it, actually. So
actually, yes.
I'm like, this isn't happening to me right now. So I'm pacing and shit. I'm upset. New Year's Eve. Bitch, I coughed all night.
Oh,
wait. Day before, December 30th, I coughed. Yeah. Keep in mind, we only have 12 Binaxes, and we've been testing. in here. So I only had 3 tests left, and I was like, what should I do? Ugh. So I swabbed my throat, because they say you're supposed to swab your throat.
Uh-huh.
Swab my throat, negative. I was like, living of the day. Yes. Next morning, bitch, my throat hurts bad. And I was like, oh, no. My throat hurts bad, like razors. Like I got microneedling on my fucking tonsils. It was like...
oh, yuck.
Crazy. So, I test again, and bitch, that line came through so motherfucking quick. New Year's Eve. I was like, wait, so hold. Justin's like, no, told you. Knew you were going to get it. Excited, though. Excited. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, why are you? He said, no, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm like, you know, I mean, we're going to have the antibodies. I was like, no. you are really excited. He's like, no, babe, this sucks. Don't get me wrong, but like, think about it. Think about the bright side. What's the fucking bright side of COVID, motherfucker? What is it? What's the bright side of COVID, huh? Didn't even Donald Trump. What's the bright side of COVID? Help me. And he goes, no, and I'm just saying.
So
like,
what was it?
I'm just saying, like, you know, like, I don't want you to be upset, but like, this is the best time for us to have gotten it. You know, you're boosted. Shalom seems like she's already out of the woods, you know. Shira was puking and never even tested positive. You know, Maj is still the last man standing. Like, this is the best it could have possibly been. I feel great after just, 3 or 4 days. Bitch. I was like, I feel like shit, actually. And we don't know if it's going to be long COVID. And we need to find a PCR test because we need a paper trail for that, so that if and when we do have long COVID and our insurance doesn't want to cover the fact that I have fucking Guillain-Barré bitch syndrome, we're going to need proof. Yeah. And we couldn't, there was no place to get a PCR. No place. So finally, trusty old Jen was like, I think this boutique pharmacy has it, man. Just call over there. I called over there, like, yeah, you could just walk in. So I'm like, but we're contagious. One of the 5 of us has a fever at any time. I was like, we're just gonna go in there and get a PCR test. I said, I guess. Cool society.
Yeah.
So we go in there. I leave all my family in the car. Like, we know we have the shit. I just need this test.
Right.
So I leave all my family in the car. I take the clipboard. I stand outside. I fill out the paperwork. I try to minimize my contact. I have 2 masks on. I'm not doing much talking. I have my fucking paperwork, insurance, and all that shit out. And I'm just like, 5 PCRs, please.
Yeah.
We get that done. We get back in the house. We have not been anywhere. So the good news is we haven't, infected anybody. Unless you was in the motherfucking pharmacy that day we got that PCR. Sorry. January 1st, Maj's birthday. She wakes up, tears. Crying.
Oh.
My birthday's ruined. It's ruined every time. I can't see any of my friends. Everybody has COVID. Except me. And I was like, she's like, but my throat hurts. I was like, oh, okay, let's just test you real quick. Bitch. Oh. That shit came back positive so quick. And she's like, what'd it say? I was like, you know what? Inconclusive. Inconclusive. How would you like pancakes?
Oh.
Meanwhile, I'm dying. I can't make the pancakes. I'm sick. I can't even stand up. I'm sweating.
Yeah.
The night sweats. Let me tell you about Omicron.
Ugh.
Your throat will hurt like a motherfucker. There's no Advil. There's no medication that can help with the migraine. The migraine is outrageous. To the point where, like, you're just punching air. Because you're just like, fuck! My fucking head hurts. Night sweats. I'm sweating through my clothes.
Like postpartum night sweats?
Oh, yeah. Sweating. And that was it. Sweating drenched. Like, no level of Donna Karen was going to help me through this. I was oniony and crazy, but thank God I could still smell my armpits. There was that one side. Right. So Justin's like, you know what? Let me run you a hot shower. I'm going to give you a massage. Bitch. No, I'm just saying, like, if you listen, I'm trying to help here. And I was like, you're not trying to help. You're literally trying to rub my naked body so that you could fuck. Dude, why would you say that? Because I'm not a fucking asshole because I just got out of the shower and there's candles burning. Asshole.
You're kidding me.
Oh, candles lit, room turned down. I was like, listen to me.
He's like, let me get you that viral load.
That's literally what he said. He was waiting to use that. How about a viral load? He literally said, how about a viral load?
I'm crying.
How about a viral load? And I was like, how about the death penalty? What the fuck are you saying?
He was excited you were sick so that he could finally get it on.
Yes. I was like, my pussy has COVID too. Are you serious? We don't know. We don't know what the inner linings say. We don't know. So that's what we've been dealing with in this household.
And Shira still, I mean, you guys will get your test back when? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Dude.
And Shira still, she's okay?
Everybody's fine except me. My throat hurts. Everybody's like back at life. Everybody's having a great time. Shalom actually tested negative today, 9 days post.
Oh, good.
So we got some more Binax in the mail somehow, some way. I go online every day and check every hour on the hour and buy tests, because what's going to happen is January and February are going to be fucked, and there's going to be testing requirements to even go inside places, and you're going to need to have the test on your person and take it. Watch, I bet that's what's going to happen next. And they're going to say you have to test to get in a place, but they're not going to have the test, so you're going to have to provide your own test. That's what I think is going to happen. So I've been hoarding tests this whole time. She tested negative, so her asking. I kept all my kids home because that's the right thing to do. My kids have been exposed to coronavirus. Granted, the first exposure was December 25th, and our country decided that December 30th, Shalom was free to go roam the world. She was still testing positive at that time, but apparently she's allowed to go roam the world. I kept her home. She tested negative today, so she can go back to school. I contacted the schools of the little girls. I explained, there's been an exposure. Although Shira's never tested positive, I'm keeping her home until everybody gets a negative.
Yeah.
The school called me for Shira. How's she doing? I was like, she's fine. And she was like, well, is she vaccinated? I said, yes. She's like, well, if you have proof of vaccination and she doesn't have any symptoms, she can come right on back to school. I'm thinking to myself, hold on, I'm doing everything I can to do the right thing, and you just unsolicited called me and told me to do the wrong thing. Like...
Yeah, that's this whole change in all of the requirements. It's crazy. I like the whole thing with healthcare workers being able to come back to work. I'm like, is this really the best thing to be doing right now? This isn't going to make it worse. So for her to call and say that Shira could come back, I'm surprised that they would be like, I mean, she's in fucking kindergarten. What is she going to miss? Honestly.
Right. Well, then, not, and then then Fauci had to backtrack and was like, yeah, we're reconsidering the 5 days thing. You think?
I know.
You think? You should have reconsidered the 10 days thing, because here's the other thing. Even if you don't have to test negative to go back out into the world, there are people that are going to test positive for months on end.
Right.
So, we don't even know yet what your level of contagion is at which point that you test positive. You know what I'm saying? Shalom was obviously contagious at the time that she tested positive because it ripped through our household.
Right.
But is she no longer contagious? And if she's no longer contagious, what about Maja?
Yeah, that's the hard part, is trying to figure out when it's safe to re-enter society. And I think the other hard part too is that, I've heard people say recently, I don't know how your weather's been, but here it has been in the 60s for days and rainy and wet. And my kids' allergies have been on fire.
Oh, no.
And then today it's back in the 30s. Excuse me. It's back in the 30s. So people are struggling because they're like, oh, I think I just have a cold, or it's my allergies, or it's this crazy weather. And it's you just assume it's COVID until you have. But then the other part is listening to your testing story and how you could have the shit and continue to test negative, and that the window is so tiny to actually get that positive test.
Right.
On
you
a
have
rapid
to test
test
every day to catch it.
And who's going to be diligent? And who has that many tests?
Melissa Beck. But, right. Who's going to be diligent? Who is? Yeah, shit is, I think January, February is bust. Shalom is now eligible for a booster. Girl, I went on CVS
right, I saw
quick.
that.
I went on CVS so quick to make her an appointment, but it said, have you had COVID in the past 14 days? So she's got 3 more days. Girl, she's getting that motherfucker on Friday, okay?
Oh, that's good.
She's getting that motherfucker on Friday. And do you know why she's getting it on Friday? Because by the time my birthday comes around this year, bitch, I'm leaving her home. Call CPS. Go ahead. I'm leaving her home with her sisters. I'm getting on an aeroplane, okay? I'm out of here with my super immunity. I'm scamming a 4th motherfucking booster. And I'm going on a vacation. You heard me? Because these 2 years I gave up my life to protect this family. And Shalom said, you know what? I'm going to bring COVID home anyway.
Fuck them kids.
No, honestly, truly, here's some fucking Cheerios. Here are some apple slices in the bag. These don't ever go bad. Good luck with that. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you can order a pizza, tell them you need no contact, tell them you have COVID. I don't give a shit what you tell them. But y'all about to be left on your own. I think 13 is old enough. Listen, I am so upset. It feels like a moral failing to me that we got it. Even though I got it, she was exposed on the last day she was at school. So whoever she got it from, which I'm still trying to contact trace her ass. She's like, Mom, how are we going to figure it out? And I'm like, I don't know. Who the fuck was you with at the Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah.
None of her friends got it. Which I'm like, or they're asymptomatic and don't know they have it.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm like really genuinely upset. Justin's like, babe, you can't be upset. Everybody's going to get it. And I'm like, yeah, but just because everybody's going to get it doesn't mean that I wanted to get it.
Right.
It was a futile effort.
It wasn't. I don't know if this will help you, but it's helping me a little bit because my kids went back today and my school district decided back in the beginning of December that when the kids returned from break, they would be mask optional because I guess the vaccination rate at that point in all grades, and I say mask optional, they had already gone mask optional 8 through 12. Maybe that happened in, I want to say October. And so they came back. And so then they said for 7 through K, it'll be mask optional when they come back to school. Parents are upset. And not all of them, not enough to make a difference at this point. But we were all blasting the superintendent in light of Omicron. Like, the fuck are you doing? This is not the time to be pulling back your protocols. And it's wild to me that as the governor of Ohio is calling for schools to put in place masks, all of the schools around us, with the exception, I think, of the one closest to us, have all returned with masks. I'm just like, why are we fucking playing around with this right now? I'm so worried. I have a feeling that my kids are going to get it. And Chris is like, it's okay. I'm sure they've been exposed before. We know more now. You know, this would feel a lot scarier if this was March 2020, but they have vaccines now and, we know more about it. And I was just like, I get what you're saying. Like, I understand that getting it now is better than getting it back in March of 2020, but it's still scary because you just don't know what to expect. I think that that's the hard part.
And you have no one's ass to beat. Whose ass can I beat? I'm fucking pissed. And it's like, if I got that shit, motherfuckers is getting that shit. If I could not outrun this motherfucker, people are going to get it.
Oh, there's no hope for us at all. Did I tell you?
Nobody more careful than me.
No. The year that the flu was really bad in, was it the end of 2014? And I saw Oprah had the flu. She was holding her little thing of Tamiflu. And I remember posting on my Instagram, I was like, well, it's over for the rest of us plebes because Oprah has contracted the flu and that means that none of us are safe at this point. And when you got it and you texted me that, I was so fucked up because I was like, wow, Melissa got it. And that means that my clock is now ticking on when I'm going to get it, because if anybody wasn't going to get it, it was going to be you. And if anybody was going to, I feel like if people had bets going, that they probably had their money on my family getting it first.
Dude, I cannot. And like, I feel like I'm being gaslit, like, by the nation, because you turn on the TV and people are still traveling.
Mm-hmm.
They were still watching the ball drop. What? all this woohooing and cheering in each other's mouths. I'm like, where is the disconnect? So now I'm thinking, so then the CDC has just given up.
Yeah.
Maybe they're hoping we all get it so that we can reach this, fantastical herd immunity.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that people are not taking into consideration is, what does mild mean? Because if I feel like shit this way, and I'm vaccinated and boosted, and I have washed the skin on my hands raw off,
mm-hmm.
and this is mild, and I'm sweating through my fucking clothes every night, my throat feels like I've swallowed razors, my kid's puking, 102 fever. If this is mild just means not on a ventilator.
Yeah, mild means not dead. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's, but, and there's so much room in between of not dead and alive. Like, your quality of life could still be shit if you have long COVID, and there's no proof that even though we have all of these vaccinations and boosters and this and that I'm not going to get long COVID. If a year from now, bitch, my heart stops. If a year from now, fucking, I start trembling and shaking and shit, I can't control my bowels and shit, who knows? I'm blaming that shit on COVID. Like, that's what I'm so very concerned. I know that my hair is going to start falling out. One good thing about it is I have no appetite.
Are you, like, at your goal weight?
I mean, the waist is snatched.
Hey.
I mean, what's the point of having a snatched waist if you're fucking so thirsty? And can't go nowhere. What's the outfit I'm wearing? Where am I going?
Oh.
For what? For what? For what? Where am I going? It's been
wild.
It's been very, very upsetting. And, like, I called Shorty and I was like, I had a mask on when I called him because I had just come out from the kitchen because I took over the bedroom once I got diagnosed. Justin's like, I'll take the living room then because he's like, I feel like it's gone through me now, so I'll take over, the breakfast and the dishes and the this and the that. And I was like, yeah, you think, motherfucker? That's what I got. So now I'm in the back bedroom and I'm just, like, languishing, like, tossing and turning, sweating, laying down. I've watched every documentary. There's a lot of rape in the 70s. Jeez almighty. I called Shorty and I'm like, he's like, why you got a mask on in your house? He's like, no. I was like, girl. And he was like, I literally watched my dad put the phone down and walk away.
Oh.
And stare off into space. And I was like, damn, and soft A, damn.
Double homicide.
I said, Daddy. And he's like, shit. And I'm sitting there like, wow, I feel really loved right now. My dad is really upset that I have this.
Yeah.
No. He was like, well, shit, if you got that motherfucker, I'm definitely getting that motherfucker. I was like, you don't give a shit that I'm sick. You're upset because you know I'm the most careful person you know. So if I got it, you definitely get it. He's like, yeah, that shit coming through here. I tell you what, boy. I was like, okay. How about, are you okay? How you feeling? I'm so sorry to hear that. He's like, yeah, all that. But look, if you got it, wow. Wow. Let me go ahead and call you. Let me call your mother right quick. She ain't gonna believe this shit. I'm like, okay. Wow.
Oh, God.
Like, I feel like, and this has been a problem in my life a lot. Even when I'm very serious, motherfuckers be cracking up. What is that? I'm in a state of distress, and, like, Justin's, like, trying not to laugh. Shorty.
What?
Dying.
What's so funny?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out what the fuck's so funny.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm glad that you guys are, I'm glad that everybody is starting to come out of it and start to feel better. I was very worried all week long. First thing in the morning, I was like, oh, my God, I wonder how everybody is today. I'm going to be annoying. I'm going to send a text because you just don't know. But, I'm glad that it was terrible. I'm not glad that it was terrible, but I'm glad that like you guys are like coming out of it, well enough.
I mean, we'll see. Listen, Shalom's negative test today was very exciting. It was like the first like ray of sunshine in my life. And then I thought to myself, well, hell, she's going to school tomorrow. She has bad grades. She needs to get her grades up. I don't give a shit. She's going to school. Shit. And then I'm going to test Shira. And if Shira's negative, her ass is going to school. Because that's what they said I could do. I mean, and how long does this immunity last?
Right. That's the other thing. Who knows?
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going to send them, I might as well send them now while they have the superpowers for the next, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Because the school's gonna close. It has to.
Do you think?
Girl.
Are your cases high at the kids' school?
Dude, the state of New York has a positivity rate of 20%.
Damn.
Ohio's got to be worse.
Ohio is so bad. I don't even know what it is.
I don't know
if
actually. I take that back. I don't know if it's the state of New York. Manhattan, New York City, has a positivity rate of 20%, and that's 20% of what's been reported. So imagine people are having positive at-home tests and don't know who to tell.
Yeah. Yep.
Ohio, I know their shit is raggedy. Ohio has the highest pediatric hospitalizations right now. So, like, shit is going down.
Ohio is running wild. Children's has canceled all elective procedures. It is really bad. It's frustrating that they went back under mask optional, because while I trust the boys to comply fully and to be responsible, I'm worried that the peer pressure in that middle school of a kid that does not want to make waves and stand out is going to be too much. And that, but I can't, what am I going to do? Go stand by her the whole time and make sure that she keeps it on? I mean.
And that's the other thing, is when you make it optional, you're now putting the health of teachers and children in the hands of a child.
Yeah. Well, and then, if you go back to your, constant negative tests, even though, Maja probably had it in small doses and then her test finally came positive when her viral load was high enough, how many people are going to look at their kid and be like, oh, they just have a runny nose and a sore throat, and still send them to school?
All of them.
Like, how many times
All
did parents do that pre-COVID? Right. So,
what are you talking about? Motherfuckers was sending their kids to camp with molluscum all over their body. Hey, want to share my towel? Motherfuckers don't care. And like that, and it's crazy because we have developed a weird, what do you call that? Cognitive dissonance, where it's like, well, what are we supposed to do? Shut down everything? Yeah. Actually, that's what we're supposed to do. The thing that we never did, like when people are like, "Ooh, another lockdown, another what, bitch? We never had a first one. What are you talking about?" This is the direct consequence of never having a first one. We never stopped shit.
It feels so depressing to go into yet another year of it. Like, I was crying on New Year's Day. Chris was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I'm so depressed looking at the year ahead. I was like, there's literally nothing exciting.
There's nothing.
I was like, we're going into another fucking year of COVID.
Which I predicted. Did I not say that? Did I not say that?
You did say that. You did say that.
Okay, well, wait a second. How's your dad doing? Because you guys have to be hyper vigilant.
Yeah. So he's good. We arranged our Christmas Eve, Christmas Day plans so that we would just see him. And then we went and spent Christmas night in mixed company, so vaccinated and unvaccinated. And then the kids' pediatrician just said, isolate from your dad for 7 days. Mm-hmm. So we did that, stayed away from him. I saw him today so we could go to an appointment. He's doing fine. I mean, it was fun to celebrate his birthday, and it was, fun to have some kind of normalcy for Quinn's birthday. And Christmas Day, he ended up staying home because he just was really tired. But I'm just like, ugh, it just feels like Groundhog Day almost, because it just feels like there's no end in sight. And, while we are as a family trying to cope and exist or coexist with this as much as we possibly can and still be cautious, it's just like, it sounds so stupid, but I'm like, I want to go on vacation this year. Like, I want to be able to celebrate my 40th birthday. And I understand that, like, people are dying, Kim, but
you know what, Amanda?
I'm grieving some of these
things. You know
what?
I want you to just motherfucking go. Let nobody else give a shit.
And that's the thing. That is the thing. And Chris and I, like, keep going back and forth about this, because I'm like, I at some point, because I was having hesitations about going on Christmas night to have dinner. Mm-hmm. And he was like, listen, he's like, we've all taken rapid tests. Everybody took them like literally 30 minutes before we got together. Everybody took rapid tests. Everybody's tests are negative. We're going to have to figure this out at some point. And I was like, I don't know why I'm so worked up about this. I was like, I'm so scared and so sick to my stomach. And I was like, and nobody else gives a shit. And I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, am I the crazy one who still gives a shit? Because nobody else does. And I don't know why.
Nobody does, and nobody has, and nobody did. And guess what? Now that I have the antibodies, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I'm breathing on people. I don't give a shit about none of y'all. Y'all didn't give a shit about me. Because the only reason why I have COVID is because you motherfuckers, unvaccinated asses, made Omicron possible. Okay? So it was able to mutate and become this virulent strain. That can bypass all of your vaccines because you did not take it. So, if you don't give a fuck, we don't give a fuck. Omicron really is like Lil Jon. If you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Like, and it's just like, how much longer should I keep caring if no one cares?
Yeah.
I know that sounds terrible, but nobody cares.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I mean, think about it. You are constantly worried for your family. You are worried for, your extended family, for people that you come in contact with. I think that is how we should all be. And maybe if we were all in that place, we wouldn't be where we are. Who knows? But I feel like if more people cared.
If everybody did what the fuck I said to do. In December 2019, we would not be in this mess. That's the motherfucking real truth of it. That's the truth. But nobody did anything that I said to do. In fact, they did the opposite. They're like, well, if that Melissa lady cares about it, then we definitely don't give a fuck. That's what happened there. And I spent a lot of time and energy keeping my family safe, only to have it meet me at my doorstep. I didn't even get to do nothing fun. Bitch, I wasn't chomping into a petite filet in a motherfucking steakhouse when I got the shit. I wasn't fucking sipping on a pina colada in a beach somewhere when I got the shit. I wasn't on an airplane when I got the shit. I wasn't on a yacht. I wasn't doing nothing motherfucking fun. I was making breakfast for my kids again when I got the shit. It came directly to me and was like, hey girl, sup? I was like, wow, I didn't do anything fun. Nothing. I wasn't at a glory hole. I wasn't
I was just going to say, no glory holes.
There was nothing. There was nothing. I wasn't buying a handbag. I wasn't, gallivanting about. There was nothing fun about it. I was minding my motherfucking business and it came to me.
Yep.
And it's just like, I don't know what more I could have done. I did every mitigation strategy that was presented to me. That wasn't even asked of me. I was going above and beyond for 2 years. For what? For what?
Listen, if this were The Walking Dead, you would have a recurring character and you would be, the beloved character who we lost in season 4.
I mean, but what's that for? Like, what does beloved even mean?
I mean, with your newfound superpowers, are you going to change your behavior? Are you going to live it up for a little bit? Or are you going to kind of stay how you have
Oh, no,
been?
no, no, no. I'm really going on a birthday trip. Dead ass.
Good.
I am booked. Justin and I are going to get boosted. We're going to scam a fourth booster. I am going to fly. I'm going to scam my sister a booster because she had the original Johnson & Johnson. I'm getting her Moderna. She's going to
Yeah.
fly here. She is going to take care of my children for a long weekend. And my ass is going to the Faena. And I am going to sit on a beach. I'm going to eat up a bunch of stuff. We're not going to go mingle and, gallivant around Miami, but I'm going to be in a hotel and I'm going to be at a pool and I'm going to be at a beach. Trust that. I'm
Yeah.
still going to be careful and have my protocols, but I'm getting on that motherfucking airplane. How about that? Because this is some bullshit. I just cannot believe this is happening. I can't. I I gave up so much for so long
Yeah.
to still be in this place. To still be in this place. And it's just like, I know that I did the right thing. I know that that's what had to be done. And
Yeah.
every day my life was a public service announcement. It was like, motherfucker, I'm telling you. And, somebody DM'd me and was like, Melissa, you really think about it. You definitely, saved some people's lives. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And they're like, no, really.
You did.
But not mine, bitch. I got myocarditis. I know my heart's going to stop. I'm telling you.
Girl.
I'm upset. I know I'm going to get long COVID. I just know it. I feel it in my chest. I feel it. But it's fine. I'm going to still have my protocols, but for my birthday, I am going to treat myself because Justin and I deserve. We deserve.
You do. You do.
We didn't do shit for his birthday.
Yeah.
We didn't do shit for my birthday. Poor Maja.
No, I know. Poor baby. You should do like a half birthday this summer and have a party. That's what we did for Quinn last year.
Yes, she's definitely going to have a half birthday kind of summer situation. Apparently, in April, we have tickets to Disneyland. I didn't know that.
Oh.
World.
That's
Disney World.
I was going to say Disneyland is California. Disney World is Florida. Okay.
Yeah, so, we'll do that. I mean,
good for you.
I could not do that, but the children will be very
better
happy.
you than me. Yeah.
But listen, we're still gonna have protocols because at the end of the day, I don't want to catch this motherfucker again.
Right.
Because that's the other thing. I think people are under the false impression that once you get it, you'll never get it again. That ain't true.
No, I know. That's the unfortunate thing. It's too bad that you can't just be one and done.
Right. I would be so happy if that was the case.
Yes.
But that's the other part is there are motherfuckers that have caught this shit multiple times and are still walking around. How are you not zombified, you crazy bitch?
It's wild.
And they're not tripping. But meanwhile, we're going to hit the threshold of 1 million deaths. It's coming. And we are just completely desensitized to it. It's crazy. Not if you feel fine, or what was it? 5 days.
5 days.
Wear a
and
mask.
Yeah.
So, people that run the buses, trains, they're supposed to just come to work sick?
Yeah. It's even 5 days from the onset of symptoms, not 5 days from a positive test.
So the plan is just to get everybody sick then.
That's what it feels like.
If you don't give a damn, then we don't give a fuck. Hey,
if you don't give a damn, yep. Mm-hmm.
That's wow. I mean, I am really very upset. But, you know.
You're getting through it. It's almost over.
Well, I feel hot right now, motherfucker. Like, I feel like I gotta lay down right now.
Really?
Yes. I can sit up and, like, do stuff, but, like, the second my hands start getting clammy, it goes, like, my hands get clammy. My throat perpetually hurts, but when my hands start getting clammy, I start feeling short of breath and shit. I've got to go get my oximeter and be like, make sure that motherfucker say 97, because
yeah,
I get winded just sitting up and, like, doing stuff, thinking and shit. Mm-hmm. Wow. Standing and doing the dishes. But keep in mind, I got a positive test 2 days ago, so, like, I'm in the throes of my shit.
Yeah,
which, you know, if we want to look at the bright side of things, I'm in the throes of my shit and still sitting here podcasting, spitting all over my microphone, but, you know.
Still able to get angry at Justin Beck, so there's that.
Oh, he's like trying to cater to me. Do you need anything? Can I get you some tea or full body massage? If you offer me a full body massage one more time. How's the schedule been going?
Oh, it's actually gone really well.
Wow.
We had one night where I fell asleep. So we got back on schedule the very next night. So we did it on an off night. But we have adhered to it. And lucky for Chris, Wednesday night was his birthday. So he even got it on his birthday. Lucky man. Wow. Yeah. So it's been going good. And we've both been, like, talking about it recently, and he's like, I love this so much. He was like, I don't feel like a crazy person harassing you all the time. I mean, he's still gross and handsy, but it has worked out. It's crazy.
Well, your schedule has infiltrated other households that I know of.
Oh, really?
Yes. And, you know, it's hit or miss. There are couples out there that are like, you know, let's try it. And then, you know, one side of the couple's very Melissa-y and like, no, bitch, let's not. But, you know, I think that post-COVID, Justin Beck thinks that that's what it's going to be.
Hey, honestly, I feel like if anybody is considering it, don't knock it till you try it. I've had some DMs come in from people that were like, oh my God, I've never considered this before, but I'm going to talk to my spouse or my partner about it. And I mean, there was a little graphic that I posted in the interactive story that was like, you know, when you were dating, it was almost like scheduling it, right? Like it felt spontaneous, but you knew when you, like, for example, when you would come to visit Justin, you knew that when you came into town, that's what you were going to be doing. Or you know that if you're going on a date that night with your, you know, boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, that you're probably going to end up doing it. So it's not really that crazy of an idea.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing though. When we were first dating, if I got all the way on an airplane, where's my gift and what am I crunching on before we started doing all this dick sucking?
I was going to say, what's your handbag fund up to? You didn't get very far, did you?
Because I'm getting. I don't. Oh, we're just fucking for fun and love. Oh. No, you're right. Listen. You're right. It's just like, what's my gift for doing the dishes and getting the kids off the bus? Oh, I get the fucking done. Yay! Like that just sounds crazy to me. But I see the value. I see the value. I do. I think the strong schedule system is it's something to be considered. But I also feel like the Beck handbag system is really good.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. As always, new episodes drop on Fridays along with an Instagram interactive story where we give you visuals for the week's episodes. So check us out on Instagram at imperfectstrangers_podcast. You can join us on Mondays after each episode for a Monday Night Live where Melissa and I get together. We talk to you about the week's episode, questions that you have, and usually go way off topic. So come back and join us. That is Mondays, Instagram Live, 8 p.m. Eastern. We are on Twitter at imperfstrangers. We have a website, imperfectstrangerspodcast.com, where you can check out more information about the podcast, listen to episodes, and buy merch. We have new season 4 merch out there now, so if you haven't yet checked it out, go do that. And we will see you on Monday at the live. Thank you.